Fulgurances is a food magazine published in France, and I picked out this one because I know that food is a really important part of what's on offer at the club. And it's an interesting one because it tells us, right here on the cover, this is the Almanac of Contemporary Cuisine, but then we get to the very first piece of editorial in the magazine and it tells us this is not an almanac. It's not really an editorial either. So the question is then, what exactly is this thing Fulgurances? And honestly, I'm not really sure. I think that this is a group of people who work in the food industry. There are like restaurateurs in here. There are people who work producing food and drink. People who clearly care very deeply about the subject, trying to bring something fresh to it. So I mean, the food magazine is obviously a very well established type of food publishing, and I think that this magazine is an effort to do things differently. So for example, there's this guy here who is he's a teacher in New York, but he started making cider from apples that he found from trees near where he lives in New York, and then that led to him making wine from grapes that he took from vineyards near where he lived. And there's actually like a nice little aside in here about how New York is it has a heritage as a place for growing grapes in the US. But this guy is very much an outsider. He's a teacher. He shouldn't be held up as this kind of expert in wine. And then you run straight into this piece, which is an interview with Pierre Overnoy, who is like kind of the godfather of natural wines, and this piece is all about kind of him, his influences, and how he came to the prominence that he has today. But I think it says a lot about this magazine that they put the complete rank outsider, a guy who's just like doing this kind of really as a glorified hobby, alongside the master himself. I think it makes for a really interesting point of view. It makes for a really kind of like fresh approach to publishing a food magazine. This section in purple at the back here is all in French, so if you want, you can read all the pieces in the original French, but other than that, it's all in English. This magazine is available for you to pick up from the analog room at the club, and I hope you'll make time to go and find it and enjoy it for yourself.